Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this.
They're disgusting. She's Anna Navarro, in your wildest imagination, you could never solo host a show. You will only ever make it as part of an ensemble, and you could never hope to achieve the success. So you can sit in your little cheap seats all day long and enjoy your little negative henpecking, but your careers are going nowhere.
How ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
The hosts of daytime television's most talked about panel show were hit with a stunning reality check, and the fallout exploded faster than anyone expected. What started as another heated media controversy quickly turned into a full-scale public spectacle. Meanwhile, Megyn Kelly stepped into the chaos with sharp commentary and zero hesitation, treating the entire situation like front-row entertainment. Karoline Leavitt's legal victory sent shockwaves through the studio atmosphere, leaving reactions ranging from disbelief to outright frustration. What looked like routine television drama suddenly spiraled into one of the most explosive media scandals viewers had seen in years.
ABC, having just paid $15 million for a defamation lawsuit, would think not to engage in conspiracy theories about assassination attempts, but I guess that's too much to ask from The View. I mean, I got to ask you, because they said it, are you aware of any plots from Elon Musk to push President Trump down the stairs?
Absolutely not. Let me be unequivocally clear about that.
The outspoken personalities of daytime TV suddenly found themselves facing a legal disaster far bigger than a simple controversy. An enormous lawsuit shook the network from top to bottom, rattling executives, producers, and everyone tied to the show. Karoline Leavitt emerged at the center of the storm, transforming from political target to headline-dominating figure almost overnight. At the same time, Megyn Kelly wasted no opportunity to criticize the situation, delivering biting observations with the confidence of someone who saw the collapse coming long before everyone else did.
I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you, because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason.
I think this young woman, especially since this is her first major role, should spend more time learning the facts before stepping into the spotlight. And if you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more updates. One moment, television personalities were confidently sharing opinions in front of millions of viewers, as though nothing could challenge them. The next, the situation was unraveling financially and publicly at an astonishing pace. For years, the show thrived on bold commentary and highly charged debates, often pushing boundaries without much hesitation. But this time, the backlash arrived with serious legal consequences. Sharp remarks and sensational commentary may grab headlines, but when accusations are made carelessly, the cost can become enormous.
Melania Trump came out and said she's about as pro-choice as they come. And here was the reaction on The View.
I think she hates him. Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
Would you look? This is a network that still runs out fact checks to these women, like it's concerned about them staying factual.
This was far beyond a minor controversy or a simple warning. The scale of the damage was massive, carrying consequences large enough to shake an entire network's foundation. The kind of legal and financial pressure involved here had executives scrambling behind closed doors, wondering how to contain the fallout. Sponsors grew uneasy, reputations suffered, and discussions reportedly began about whether drastic changes would be necessary to repair the damage done to the brand.
She promotes Joe Biden and Kamala Harris every day on that show. Trump wasn't supportive enough of the cops who were, yes, in danger on J 6th. How does that explain their behavior on a daily basis toward Harris, toward Biden, toward AOC, toward all of the left, including their own show, Sunny Hostin? The hypocrisy is rank.
We did not have is white women who voted about 52%, right, for Donald Trump. Uneducated white women, is my understanding. You have Latino men actually voting more for him. And you have, and black men was not the story. We're not the story here because they voted almost 80% for the vice president.
Right. What unfolded wasn't just another courtroom setback. It became a major public reckoning. Karoline Leavitt didn't simply come out ahead. She turned the entire situation into a defining moment that forced the media world to pay attention. Megyn Kelly used the controversy to highlight what she viewed as the dangers of prioritizing viral moments over responsible reporting. According to critics of the show, years of sensationalism and aggressive commentary had finally crossed a line. At first, the usual formula remained unchanged. Heated debates, dramatic reactions, and attention-grabbing headlines. But this time, the legal consequences arrived faster than expected. Leavitt reportedly entered the dispute fully prepared, backed by detailed evidence and a deterrent legal strategy. Supporters framed the case as proof that public commentary still carries accountability, especially when accusations are broadcast to millions of viewers.
Everyone's happy about it, and many people would like us to be more focused on the insurrection that he personally unleashed. If you ask them, as we discussed earlier, they think it's as bad as like the Holocaust, and you don't have to take my word for it. Here is Sunny Hostin of
January
The View
6th was
today.
an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history, like World War II, things that happened, like the Holocaust.
The collapse of the situation unfolded in dramatic fashion. The financial stakes alone were enough to send shockwaves through the entertainment industry. For network executives, it became the type of crisis capable of reshaping careers and damaging reputations overnight. Meanwhile, Karoline Leavitt appeared calm and composed throughout the controversy, while supporters celebrated her courtroom success as a turning point. Megyn Kelly entered the conversation with her trademark confidence and sharp delivery. Her criticism of the show wasn't loud or emotional. It was calculated, direct, and relentless. She analyzed the controversy piece by piece, presenting it as a lesson in what can happen when television personalities confuse opinion-based entertainment with factual reporting. Rather than dramatic outbursts, she relied on pointed observations that resonated strongly with audiences already questioning the media landscape.
And then you get this little lecture from, forgive me, those is over at The View.
I'm a Christian girl. When something like this happens to you, like this assassination attempt, and you say something like God was watching me, that is a very unchristian thing to say because it's very narcissistic. What? Well, God was watching me and not watching them. There's something very disturbing.
God should have pulled the plug on that mic yesterday.
That's obnoxious. I don't know what church she goes to. That is how people of faith talk. And the intimation is never, he was looking out for me, but not those monsters.
Megyn Kelly's commentary carried the precision of someone dissecting every detail carefully. She didn't rely on shouting matches or over-the-top reactions. Instead, her approach was calm, methodical, and cutting. Her analysis focused on how quickly confidence can collapse when public statements face legal scrutiny. According to her perspective, the controversy became an example of what happens when media figures underestimate the importance of accuracy and accountability. At the center of the case, Leavitt's legal team reportedly came fully prepared, presenting evidence, internal communications, and detailed arguments designed to strengthen their claims. What may have once been dismissed as another heated television segment suddenly transformed into a much larger legal confrontation. Critics argued that years of unchecked commentary had created a culture where sensational opinions overshadowed factual responsibility, and this case forced the industry to reconsider that balance.
Whoopi Goldberg was angry when Alyssa pointed out that Trump went to the funeral of Officer Diller.
Yes.
On Long Island, and Joe Biden went to a podcast. Look at Whoopi Goldberg's reaction.
Choose what you like there, but for Republicans, it was good imagery.
Really?
One day later, yes.
And I'm asking that because I was so offended, because you know who showed up.
For many observers, one of the biggest mistakes was underestimating Karoline Leavitt from the start. What some initially dismissed as a temporary controversy quickly became a powerful challenge against one of television's most recognizable talk shows. Megyn Kelly watched the situation unfold with visible confidence, treating each new development as further proof of the media problems she had criticized for years. Her commentary painted the controversy as more than just political drama. Instead, she framed it as a warning to an entire industry that had grown too comfortable operating without fear of consequences. The fallout spread quickly. Production meetings reportedly became far more cautious. Legal teams became increasingly involved in editorial decisions, and conversations around media accountability intensified almost overnight.
Notes. We only have 3 of them on camera, but look at this.
I have another legal note.
Oh my God.
Both Trump and Pam Bondi have denied allegations of a quid pro quo. I have a legal note.
Not to mention what they did at that debate, where once again, they tried to fact check only one side, and then when their fact checks got fact checked, they cowered. They cowered in fear. I mean, this is a pattern with them.
Across the television industry, the controversy reportedly triggered widespread concern. Executives, producers, and hosts suddenly found themselves paying much closer attention to legal risk, public perception, and fact-checking procedures. What many initially viewed as ordinary political commentary had evolved into a larger debate about responsibility in modern media. Megyn Kelly emphasized that the issue wasn't simply politics. It was about the dangers of careless reporting and exaggerated narratives presented as truth. Advertisers reportedly became more cautious, public criticism intensified, and segments tied to the controversy faced growing scrutiny online. Meanwhile, Karoline Leavitt's public image rose significantly, with supporters portraying her as someone who successfully challenged a powerful media institution. To many viewers, the controversy became a symbol of shifting attitudes toward accountability in television journalism. Behind the scenes, networks reportedly tightened policies, legal reviews became more common, and hosts appeared increasingly careful about how they framed controversial statements. The situation ultimately left a lasting impact on daytime television, serving as a reminder that public commentary, no matter how entertaining, can carry serious consequences when facts and responsibility are pushed aside.